Hi everyone, it's me, Crystalline, your proactive, conscious aging life coach. How are you guys doing today? You know it, I'm joyful in the Lord and in the power of His might. This is video number 2 in my series of my everyday beauty tools. Before I get started, I want to remind you, if you're new to my channel, please give this video a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell so you can get my videos just as soon as they come out, and please subscribe to my channel. And to all my existing subscribers, welcome back. You guys know I love to see a lot of comments in the comment section, so please comment profusely, okay? And also, if you really find value in this video, please share it with some of your friends. Let us get started. In the last video, I showed you several of my everyday beauty tools. Now, a couple of them I'm going to revisit today because they can be used in different ways, and I wanted to show you those too. And then I also have 2 new ones that I'm going to show you today. First of all, let me just show you this one. This is a little tiny razor, and I'll just talk about this for a second, because the way I use it is just pretty simple. Now, some people use this tool for actual dermaplaning of their face, dermaplaning. And this has been quite a fad for quite a while. Now, dermaplaning, in case you don't know what that is done by a dermatologist or a medical esthetician, and they use an actual scalpel to slough off the outer layer of dead skin cells on your face. And from what I hear, is a wonderful treatment because it does get a lot of fine hair off in addition to those outer layer of dead skin cells. And so people rave about this. They come out looking beautiful. Their skin is brightened up and everything. However, that is not what I use my little razor for. I'm not going to do dermaplaning, but I'll speak a little bit more on it though. If you've ever noticed, sometimes, and especially around perimenopause or menopause, you might find yourself getting some dark, coarse hairs around the chin. Maybe the hairs over your upper lip have become a little bit more prominent, so to speak, okay? So you may have challenges with excess hair growth. You also might be one like me who just had little fine hairs growing on my cheek all along throughout my life. Now, mine have been very fine. My daughter, though, she had actual sideburns growing down, and it looked so cute. It wasn't even bad looking or anything, and we used to love her sideburns until I took her one time to a hairdresser, and the hairdresser took it upon herself to just chop all of her sideburns off, and we were mad. But anyway, I digress. Okay, we let the hair grow back, and I don't think she's ever done that again, and her face looks beautiful. Anyway, if you are bothered by any kind of, dark hair around this area, and then some people, certain ethnicities, have this dark hair all over their face, so they might consider having dermaplaning. Now, what I'm talking about today is how I use my beauty tools. So let me just get into that, okay? I have, like I told you, fine hairs here and just right here. And I like to have this part as clear as possible. So let me just show you how I use the razor on that hair. Start with a clean, dry, and slightly moisturized face. Apply the little razor in the direction that you want it to go. On your face, you have to be careful to go with the way the hair grows on your face. Don't go against the grain. Press it down a little bit and then gently smooth the hair right off. I'm going to revisit right now my Amirce vibrating brush that I got from Amazon.com. As I showed you in the last video, it vibrates. and it gives a really wonderful feeling, stimulating scalp massage. Another thing that you can do with this beauty tool is you can remove the bristles. They just pop right off. Well, when I'm not trying to record, they pop right off. Anyway, there's a button right there, and it just slides like that. I have to work with it for a minute. Okay, so anyway, it reveals this part, and you can also use this to massage your neck. And I think that is just wonderful. You could just take it all over your neck like that, across your chest. It feels great. So I like the dual use aspect of this brush. I love it. And it's called Amirce. I did want to show you that because I wanted you to see that it did have another function besides just massaging of the head, although the scalp massage is wonderful, always, always, always. So again, it is called Amirce, Amirce, and I got this one off Amazon.com. I have gotten some before off of from the beauty supply store, but what I like about this is the bristles are pretty firm, although they're flexible. Sometimes the ones at the beauty supply stores, the bristles just weren't firm enough for me. So that's another use for this brush. Now, let's talk about some body exfoliation. Right here, I have my Haven brush, and I'm going to show you how I use it. This is a Boar Bristle brush. I like the bristles, but I'll tell you, I'll use these mostly on areas of my body where my skin is just a little bit thicker. This one is my Haven Boar's Head bristle brush, and these bristles are soft, but they're just a little bit more firm than the Cora 7 spin brush bristles. And so I like to use this on my back and on my behind, and like elbows, knees, areas like that that are just a little bit thicker, and I don't have to worry about scratching them or anything. And speaking of scratching, I always use this brush wet. I do not do dry brushing because I'm really leery about getting little cuts in my skin, so I always wet this one. So that's what I'll do right now and show you how I use this beauty tool. I use my Caress Daily Silk shower gel, put a little bit on like that, and I also use my At the Beach Exfoliating Beach Body Scrub. I'm just putting a little bit of this on there because a little bit goes a long way. I really make sure that I don't put too much of this product on the brush, because these are actually little walnut shells, and if you put too much on, they could do more harm than good. So I just use a little tiny bit, and a little bit goes a long way. My skin always feels so soft after I use that product. And so you can do this in the bath or in the shower. And I just go about my exfoliation just like that. And as I said, I really like to also use this on my elbows and my knees and on my legs and on my lower back and back side. And that's what it looks like. I really like this brush for wet skin exfoliation. Just talk a little bit about wet and dry brushing for exfoliation. First of all, when I'm talking about the exfoliation that I do with my brush, I'm always talking about wet brushing. And I'm doing this simply to exfoliate the outer layer of dead skin cells all over my body. Like I said, mostly I use it in areas that have the thicker skin, and I'm not doing this for lymphatic draining or any other kind of medical reason or Ayurvedic purpose. I just want to put that out there because a lot of times when I talk about brushing, I get a lot of comments about how dry brushing is better. And you know, I actually did my research and I could not find any research studies, seriously, that showed that dry brushing was better than wet brushing. And one of the reasons why I prefer wet brushing is the bristles they're soft, but they are kind of hard. I don't know how to describe it. They can be a little rough if they aren't wet. And so I really don't want to put this brush on my skin dry and risk having little cuts in my skin. And that's one negative point about the dry brushing. So I prefer the wet brushing. Again, I'm not talking about doing lymphatic drainage massage or anything of that kind of serious nature. This is basically just to help slough off the dead skin cells on my body. You know, I'm always talking about proactive aging. And as we're getting older, different processes start to go slower than they did when we were younger. And one of those things is the outer layer, the epidermis layer of our skin tends to slough off a little bit more slowly. So things like this that you can do will help to get the dead skin cells off and keep your skin looking bright and also very, very soft. Another beauty tool that I want to revisit from my last video is this Cora 7 fancy Cora 7 spin brush for the face. Now, I'm going to show you how I use this, and I just want you to see that it's a little bit bigger brush head that you can use on your body. This one is for the face, this one is for the body. And so now let me show you how I use my Cora 7 spin brush on my body. So here's the Cora 7 fancy spin brush, and I'm going to show you what else comes with this beauty tool. It has a pumice stone that you can use to get the calluses off your heels with. It has a massaging head that you can massage creams on with. And it also has this buffer head. But the head that I'm going to use right now is a little bit larger. And I like to use this on my décolleté area. And the bristles are soft, so they won't scratch me. It has an extension wand that you just snap on like this. And, well, if I can get it. Okay, there. It snaps on. And in general, when I'm doing this area, I like to use a soft cleanser. So I'm not going to use cleansing grains. For example, I'm not going to use these up in this area because this skin is a lot more fine and thin. So what I'm going to use up here is going to be this CeraVe Hydrating Cream to Foam Cleanser. Just add a little water to it and the cleanser like that. And I'm going to put it on low. And there we go. I like this tool, and this is how I generally use it. Now I can also use it on my back because that's what the extension wand is for. You can do that in the shower or in the bath. So those are my everyday beauty tools that I wanted to show you for today. A couple of new ones and spin on the couple of the ones that I already showed you. So I like to hear your comments. Do you use any of those things that I've shown so far? Did you like seeing the extra uses of those other products? And let me show you also a preview of my next video. I'm going to put these in there. These are the Blum Body Face Smoothing Patches. They are anti-wrinkle patches for the entire face. They are hypoallergenic, vegan, and cruelty-free. I like to read it right off the pack so I won't get anything wrong. Now, I don't know if I would consider this a beauty tool or a beauty product, but I love it, and I'm going to show you how I use these. I'm having fun with this series. I hope you are too. If you are, put your comments in the comments section and let me know how you're liking it. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.